as someone who spent considerable amount of time in the corporate sector and quite a few years in the startup ecosystem as well, I wanted to do an episode where we explore some of the most brilliant ideas, turned startups, turned unicorns, and a couple even decacorns, especially with respect to the South Asian region. And regrettably, we don't have one from Pakistan on the list. We do not have a startup that has been able to emerge as a unicorn as of now. Nevertheless, the region is thriving. We have China that's dominating the market. According to John Guangchun Global Forum's 2024 report, China boasts an impressive 369 unicorns, spanning 16 sectors and 47 cities across the country. So first in the South Asian region, second in the world, just after US that has around 703 as of 2024. This figure accounts for over a quarter of the world's total startups, valued at over $1 billion. Interestingly, 67 of these startups emerged as unicorns just last year. So that was China, who's number 2. Not surprised at all again. India follows closely with 114 unicorns, with a collective valuation of around $350 billion as per Forbes as of May 2024. So in this episode of Sync Corner, we'll have a look at some of these startups, the ideas themselves, their growth and marketing strategies, the founders, their backgrounds, and see what is it that enabled them to not only surpass the $1 billion mark, but actually surpass the $10 billion mark. Let's start with China. Number 1, Xiaohongshu. Xiaohongshu, also known as Red or the Little Red Book, is basically China's equivalent to Instagram, Pinterest, and a lot of other social platforms, as well as e-commerce platforms integrated into one. Now, the basic idea behind Red is that it seamlessly integrates community-driven content and commerce. How did that happen? How did that come about? As of March 2024, it boasts an impressive 209 million monthly active users and around 300 million registered users. Founded in 2013 by Stanford University alumnus Charlwin Mao and German conglomerates Bertelsmann's former employee, Miranda Chu, Red began as a shopping guide in the form of a single PDF document. This comprehensive guide eventually became the company's name, Little Red Book. Over time, Red evolved into an online community where users would share life hacks, travel tips, product recommendations, and shopping experiences. So a unique blend of social interaction, lifestyle, and product help. In 2014, Red set up its e-commerce platform. The idea was to connect global retailers with the Chinese market. So very different to what Alibaba had been doing. At Red, you cannot just make an account and start selling. Red, unlike Alibaba, works directly with original brands who must have a license to sell on the platform. So this was the idea, but what the two founders did not know at the time was that this simple idea is going to get them a user base of around 50 million in 4 years into operations, and they're going to become the world's largest e-commerce community platform, which they did. 5 years into operations, Red in 2018 became one of the largest e-commerce platforms when it raised $300 million in a round of funding from Tencent and Alibaba. The one thing that I greatly appreciate about the Chinese is how they take inspiration from everybody in the world, localize it, and then create better solutions for themselves. So they are going to take inspiration from the Instagrams and Pinterests and Amazons of the world, and then going to combine it to create something of their own for their people, which is going to become better than all other platforms. They know how the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, and they're very good at creating that whole. What were the key features that made Red a one-stop shop for socializing and shopping? Number 1, UGC. Just like Instagram, Red allows users to share their experiences and opinions through pictures, through videos, through product reviews. Number 2, e-commerce integration. It seamlessly integrates shopping experiences within the platform. Number 3, cross-border e-commerce. This enables users to purchase products from authentic international brands. Number 4, influencer marketing. It partners with influencers, KOLs, and celebrities to showcase and promote products as well as the platform. These features have attracted an impressive 140,000 brands to the platform. But what's even more fascinating is the demographics of Red's user base. According to a report by CBN, the platform's audience is predominantly female, making up 88.8% of users, while males account for 11.2%. In terms of age, 46.39% of users fall within the 18 to 24 age bracket, while 36.08% are between 25 to 34 years old. Notably, the majority of the Red's user base is concentrated in the first-tier cities like Beijing, Guangzhou, Shanghai, where users tend to have a relatively higher purchasing power. I think Red's success can be attributed to a very clever combination of understanding the needs and preferences of the millennials and the Gen Z, and then creating a one-stop shop or a single platform to address all those needs. I think it's a very clever blend of brand authority, of social interaction, and influence all in one. Our startup number 2 for this episode is another one from China. Xingsheng Youxuan. I'm going to call it XY. Let's dive into the story of how XY achieved this remarkable feat. CGB, Community Group Buying, is a concept and now a business model which was behind XY's success, especially during the pandemic. It has helped Chinese companies raise billions of dollars, and XY has been leading the charge. How did that happen, and what is CGB? Let's have a look. It's a hyper-local retail model that leverages personal networks and community leaders to organize group purchases at discounted prices. This approach proved particularly effective in China, where many people live in close-knit communities known as Xiao Qu, which translates into small districts. These districts are typically collections of apartment buildings, making it easy for residents to connect and collaborate. CGB, or community group buying, is a concept that was born out of necessity and simplicity. And XY basically just capitalized on that. They created a platform that would help Xiao Qu, or these close-knit communities, buy products in bulk at discounted prices. The idea is to basically eliminate the retailers and at times even wholesalers out of the whole chain and connect these consumers directly to the farmers or the manufacturers. How this functions is that every community has a couple of community leaders. And the job of the community leader is basically to organize these purchases and get a commission in return. Community leaders collect orders from within their networks, facilitating the flow of goods and receiving a commission for their work as intermediary. But that's not all. The community leaders play a crucial role in acquiring new customers as well, promoting offers and building trust within their network. And that's where the magic happens. When people trust the person recommending a product, they're more likely to make a purchase. The social aspect of CGB is what sets it apart and drives conversions. The community leader typically shares exclusive deals and offers with group members via WeChat groups, facilitating a seamless ordering process. The orders are then delivered to the community leader, who acts as a central collection point, and customers pick up their orders from there. This model has gained immense popularity in smaller cities, where price sensitivity is usually higher. Customers can also register on the platform directly and choose another community leader. It has to be, of course, from within the same area, but they have this choice. This is what makes this model so financially viable, where you are not delivering the orders to every single customer, but to one central point, and they come and pick it up themselves. This has seen enormous success in a country like China, especially in the smaller cities, where the consumer is more price conscious. By 2022, Xingsheng had established a strong presence in Hunan, operating for 2 years with an impressive network of 13,000 convenience stores and 280,000 group leaders. This model yielded significant benefits, including 22 to 25% savings in store management costs due to zero inventory and minimal spillage. The average order value stands at 30 yuan, with an average item price of 13 yuan and a gross profit margin of 22%, surpassing China's largest supermarket chain, Xiao Qu. In 2022, their GMV quadrupled to 40 billion yuan, which is when the internet companies started taking more interest in them and started basically considering venturing into it, which they later did. According to Statista's 2022 numbers, its valuation stands at around $12 billion, making it the third largest startup in China after Shein and Red. The success of this particular startup can be attributed to the power of community-driven commerce. When I say that, I mean it's a perfect intersection of technology and traditional social networking. By harnessing the strengths of both, they have created this business model which is sustainable and scalable and which is capturing the interests of millions of the customers as well as investors. This was the story of our startup number 2. Our startup number 3 for this episode is from India, another Decacorn, Flipkart. It all began in Bengaluru when 2 software engineers, Sachin and Billy Bansal, got together and dared to dream big. Now, this was the time when internet was still in its infancy in India with just 50 million users. On the other hand, Steve Jobs had just released the world's first iPhone, which was supposed to conquer the world's smartphone market very soon. Now, Sachin and Vinny, who had just graduated and were sort of trying to navigate their corporate careers, foresaw that this launch, the launch of the iPhone, is going to revolutionize the world's smartphone market, and eventually this is going to democratize access to internet even in the Indian market. Sachin joined Amazon in 2006, followed by Vinny. Fun fact, Vinny had been trying to get a job at Google and had been rejected not once but twice. So in 2006, both these gentlemen joined Amazon, only to quit it 9 months later. So this is 2007. They start Flipkart from a small apartment, a small 2-bedroom apartment in Bengaluru with just a couple of orders initially. So their idea here was to basically make the deliveries really quick. And initially, the duo would make the deliveries themselves. As the business grew, Flipkart established itself as a leading e-commerce player in India. Shortly after its success, Sachin left the company. Fast forward to 2018, Walmart acquired 77% stake in Flipkart, with Binny Bansal, Tencent, Microsoft, and Tiger Global owning the remaining 23%. This marked a significant milestone in Flipkart's journey, cementing its position as a pioneer in India's e-commerce landscape. Now, what has been Flipkart's growth strategy, marketing strategy all along the way? Well, Flipkart has been one company, I think, that has demonstrated exceptional marketing prowess right from the beginning. They have been able to capture every customer touch point. They pay a lot of attention on marketing in terms of, not just in terms of the money that they spend on the campaigns, but I think they've been very smart with things like the SEO. Flipkart dominates search results with a monthly organic traffic of 319 million and a domain authority of 90. This is massive. They receive backlinks from 66 million unique domains. So these are the kind of numbers that people who come from marketing backgrounds would know that don't come just like that. A lot of effort goes into achieving these numbers, and it's a constant effort. SEO is a long haul. It takes ages to reach that level of rank where your search results are on the top in the list. Then there is social media collaborations. Constant engagement on all social media platforms, including Twitter. Brands these days don't even consider Twitter. So they're constantly leveraging cross-selling, upselling, then affiliate marketing programs, strategic partnerships to expand reach and tap into new customer bases, loyalty programs, influencer endorsements, Google AdWords, product reviews. I think the fact that they've been able to sustain that kind of growth is because they've been very smart with how they're marketing themselves. As per the recent reports, Google will be spending around $350 million in the startup, which is going to take its valuation to around $37 billion. Flipkart's largest shareholder, Walmart, will be leading this investment round. According to some Walmart executives, they're waiting for the right time for the IPO, which, when happens, this is going to, of course, take this to another level. Now, for now, that was it from Flipkart's side. Our startup number 4 is a story from India again. This story, unlike the ones that we've discussed up until now, is the story of the rise and fall. We will be talking about Byju's. Byju's is an edtech platform which was valued at $22 billion just a couple of years ago. When I say couple, around 3 years ago. The valuation has plummeted to $1 billion. What has happened? Let's discuss. Founded by Byju Ravidran, the company's journey began in 2003 when Byju, then a service engineer, helped friends prepare for the CAT exam in his hometown, Kerala. This service engineer who's working in the shipping industry basically happens to come to his hometown, Kerala, and by chance helps a few of his friends to prepare for an MBA entrant exam, CAT. And in the process, he appears for the exam himself as well, and to his surprise, he aces it. He goes back to his job and 2 years later reappears for the exam just to see where he stands. And again, aces it. This is the time when people had started telling him to pursue coaching, which he initially did not have any interest in. Word spreads, more students sought his guidance, leading him to formally launch Byju's classes for CAT exam preparation in 2006. Byju soon expands its reach to undergrad students, eventually forming Think and Learn Company Private Limited in 2011. The company ventures into school curriculum, breaking down chapters into interactive videos and using real-life examples to make complex concepts accessible. In 2015, the Byju's Learning app is launched, catering to students from kindergarten to class 12. By 2019, Byju's had already become India's first edtech unicorn. Its innovative approach to coaching with interactive videos, with technology, with real-life business case studies, coupled with celebrity endorsements from the likes of Shah Rukh Khan and Virat Kohli, contributed to its further rise in valuation to reach an unprecedented $22 billion. And becoming the world's most expensive edtech platform. But Byju's extraordinary success came with immense pressure to maintain its exceptional performance. Its rapid growth led to increased scrutiny and allegations. Allegations of toxic work culture, financial mismanagement, and disputes with creditors. In June 2023, tech investor Prosus cut Byju's valuation by 75%, leading to layoffs, financial turmoil, and more scrutiny and suspensions. Byju was also suspended by Google and Facebook for non-payment of advertising dues, further damaging its reputation. We're in 2024 right now, just 4 years ago, in 2020. So the period from March 2020 to October 2020. This startup was on the top of its game, acquiring edtech platforms from right, left, and center, not just in India, but also in the US. It was sponsoring the Indian cricket team. It had Lionel Messi as its global brand ambassador, and it seemed like there was nothing that could stop them. But as we all know, pride comes before the fall. All these aggressive marketing campaigns, all these massive celebrity endorsements started backfiring, leading to a 1.2 billion loan default in 2021. And if this wasn't enough, Deloitte and 3 other very important board members quit the company, which put the startup in a very precarious situation. Fast forward to 2023, things took a turn for the worse. The founder had to mortgage personal properties to secure a loan just to pay employee salaries. And the final nail in the coffin came when an Indian court pushed Byju into insolvency. The National Company Law Tribunal initiated bankruptcy proceedings, appointing an interim resolution professional to replace the founder. And this was done after a creditor's petition. Byju has challenged the order in the Karnataka court, but looks like he's already lost control of the company. With this, we'll wrap up today's episode. Please feel free to share your thoughts and your comments. Your support means the world.